Hi friends, I am Pujita from ECE2 of GNITC. I am here to explain the superposition theorem. Let us come to the statement. Any linear or bilateral network where more than one source present the response across any element is equal to the sum of response obtained from each source considered separately. In contrast, all other sources are replaced by their internal resistance. It means in a network containing more than one source, if we have to calculate the current through any resistor is equal to the sum of current from one source to the any element and the another current from another source to that element. When one source is active, other source is inactive. If this is source is active, this source is inactive. Let us come to the problem. First, I am keeping that this is inactive and 80 volts is active. Here, case 1, if 80 volts is active, 100 volts is replaced by its internal resistance. Means 100 volts is short circuited. 100 volts is short circuited and 80 volts is active. Here is the circuit. (20 ohms, 30 ohms, 10 ohms and 80 volts. These are the terminals. Here 100 volts is short circuited and 80 volts is active. First we have to calculate the resistance. How to calculate the resistance? R equals to, these two are parallel. What is the parallel formula? R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. 200 by 30. What is the value? 6.6. Then here resistance 6.6 will be there. These are in series, means 6.6 plus 30 equals to 36.6 ohms. Now calculate the current. How we calculate the current? V equals to IR. From this we have to calculate current, means I equals to V by R. What is the voltage? 80 volts by what is the resistance? 36.6. 800, it will be 800 by 366. What will be the value? 2.18 amperes. Now current from 80 volts to the 10 ohm resistance. I1 equals to, what is the formula? Total current into opposite resistance 20 by opposite resistance plus that resistance equals to 2.18 into 20 by 30. What will be the value? 1.45 amperes. This is I1, means current from 80 volts to 10 ohms resistor. 1.45 amperes. Now current from 100 volt from 100 volt to 10 ohm resistance. Means case 2, 80 volts is short circuited when 100 volts is active. What will be the circuit diagram? It is 100 volts, (20 ohms, 30 ohms and 10 ohms. It will be the circuit diagram. Now calculating the I2 means from 100 volts to 10 ohm resistor. First we have to calculate the resistance. What will be the resistance? These two are the parallel. Means R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. 300 by 40. What will be it? 7.5. Here one resistance will form. Its value is 7.5 ohms. Now these both are in series. What is the formula? R1 plus R2 equals to, what will be the value? 37.5 ohms. Now calculating the current. I equals to V by R. What is the voltage here? 100 volts by, what is the resistance? 37.5 equal to, what is the value? Here is a point, 1000 by 375. The value is 3.63 amperes. Now calculating the I2 current from 100 volts to 10 ohm resistor. I2 equal to total current 3.63 into opposite resistance means 30 by opposite resistance plus self resistance. That resistance, what we have, where we have to calculate the current. What will be the value? 2.72 amperes. To find the total current, here the current 3.63. Here current will be split, depends upon the value of the resistance. We have to calculate the current through 10 ohm resistance. Means from 100 volts, calculate generating from 100 volts, current generating from 100 volts to 10 ohm resistor. Means I equals to, from here 80 volts, here also it will split into based on the resistance. This current is coming from this direction, and this also coming from this direction. Means I equals to I1 plus I2 equal to, what is the value of I1? 1.45 amperes. 1.45 amperes plus, what is the value of I2? 2.72 amperes. What is the value? 4.17 amperes. This is the problem. Calculated current through 10 ohm resistor by two voltage sources by superposition theorem. Thank you one and all.